Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the number one mixed martial arts show in Pakistan. This is The Weigh-In. Joining me today is a very, very special guest. He is in the co-main event of Brave CF 48 Arabian Nights on March 18th as he takes on Nemanja Kovac. Pardon me, I butchered that pronunciation. He is a Lebanese superstar, none other, ladies and gentlemen, than the shadow himself, Ahmed Labban. How are you doing, brother? Thank you so much for being on The Weigh-In.
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for this presentation.
Oh, of course. It is my pleasure. Absolutely, sir. Like I said, Brave CF 48 Arabian Nights, a big spot in the co-main event in your Brave CF debut. Before we start talking about your fight, I just want to talk to you about the spectacle, everything that's happening right now with Brave CF, the three big events that they've put on back to back, or they are going to put on, leading up to Brave CF 50. I think a lot of credit goes to the Hawk Shahid, of course, president of Brave CF, and His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Ahmad Al Khalifa, the person behind Brave CF, of course, as we all know. How are you feeling getting to be in a co-main event of such a big card, sir? Let's start with that.
Yeah, it's really my pleasure to be a co-main event as a debut fight, and I'm feeling very great and ready for dance.
I can tell you look ready. You were very happy to do this interview. You look like you're in good spirits. How's the camp been so far? Let's start with that. How are you feeling weight cut wise? How is everything?
Okay, first of all, the camp was very great, and as I fought since more than 1 year ago, and now I was preparing the whole year until I'm fighting now. So I'm ready. I'm really ready, and the weight cut now. I'm almost I'm very sorry to be talking and stop because I'm in a hard diet and not that much focused because I already lost 7 kilos and I have 5 more to go.
Oh, man.
So don't blame me if I was confused.
Not at all. First of all, you're doing great. Don't even worry about it. Second of all, I just want to say thank you so much even more for taking out the time right in between the shows, just how much of a dedicated professional you are to the sport, because media is just a big part of any obligation as it is a fight. But I want to talk to you about something you mentioned. You were fighting after quite a big layoff, and it's incredible. You fought 5 times in 2019. You fought once in 2020 right before the pandemic struck, and now you're getting to fight. For somebody who's used to fighting 5 times in 1 year, is it a big adjustment?
It's it's 6 times a year. From January to January, 6 times I fought in 1 year.
Yeah.
But in 2019, it was 5. So it was very good. I challenged myself to get fights. When I got any offer, I just go for it. But it was good experience to fight 6 times a year. But now maybe it's better to settle a little bit down and just wait for the good opportunity. See myself when I'm really focused to fight. It will be better than now. This year would be better.
No, for sure. And you mentioned that actually over one of the most spectacular knockouts I've seen in UAE Warriors, when you took out Magomed Sultanov with that beautiful spinning back fist. My God, left hook combination, sir. That was an incredible knockout, I have to say. Absolutely incredible knockout. And you mentioned then as well you wanted to start pacing yourself a little bit. Do you feel like this is going to show something that people haven't seen now that you've taken a break and now you're coming back?
Hopefully I will make a great show on Thursday. And I always plan to make a great show. It doesn't take off my concentration because I train a lot to make good show for people and to enjoy.
Yeah. And this is one thing I also want to talk to you about. You're quite a showman. You're quite somebody who likes to, like you said, give the people a show. None of your fights have been anything close to the word boring. You're clearly a very, very famous fighter in Lebanon, I think mainly because of your style. You're a very striking-oriented fighter. It's so exciting to see you fight. Is that a priority for you? Just going in there? No, of course. Just going in there and putting on the best show possible.
Yes, it is. From day one. once I was amateur kickboxer. I used to train to make a show just for little people come and watch my fight, and just to make them enjoy and come to watch me in my next fights, and until I get to this stage in a professional fights. So that's why I always focus on the show, and of course I focus in the same way to win, and not to throw any silly strike.
Yeah, that makes.
So when I put a show, it doesn't affect my style. It doesn't affect my concentration.
Yeah, for sure. Because a lot of people would, like we see the people like Michel Pereira in the UFC who just, that guy does backflips and cartwheels and like crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
the Brazilian guy.
Yeah, exactly. And that you can say might take
He's
away.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. And like I said, you're a very exciting fighter. You're a Lebanese superstar because of this reason. But one interesting thing that I want to talk to you about as somebody who is just, the biggest Mirko Krokop fan on the planet. You got to train. I noticed the Croatian flag. Yes. My God, what was it like training with right leg symmetry, left? I messed it up. Left kick symmetry, right kick hospital. How was it like training with Mirko Krokop?
Yeah. Maybe in the future I will train with them, as I'm going to Croatia and train there. And I really appreciate the country because they hosted me very well. So I always like to thank them. And this is one of my thankful move.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it will show in this fight as well. Of course, American Top Team, another very crucial element in your game. What has it been like, again, being affiliated with them, coming into this fight and just training there overall?
Sorry? What did you say?
I said American Top Team. That's another very crucial aspect of your game, a very crucial aspect of your being as a fighter. How's it been like training there, and what do you think you're going to bring into this fight from the American Top Team, the legendary American Top Team?
Once I moved to American Top Team in 2018, I started to get improved more and more in MMA. I learned a lot, and more wrestling, more focusing on strikes. I wasn't that focused before. I used to throw a lot of punches, and I was good, but I get better there with more wrestling, jiu-jitsu, and strength and conditioning training.
Yeah, just layers to your overall game. Yeah,
positively.
For sure. Just layers to your overall game, just constantly improving. And I want to ask you about your opponent, Nemanja Kovac. What do you think of, what do you know about him? How are you feeling about him? Do you even think about him?
Yeah, he's a kickboxer as me. I think karate or kickboxing. Yeah. So it's gonna be a great fight, stand up. Maybe if it goes to the floor, I'm ready for the ground. But hopefully it will stay on stand up, on horizontal.
For sure, yeah. And everybody's looking forward to this fight because they know you're one of those strikers, which is so exciting to watch. And Nemanja is one of those guys who does not take a back step whatsoever. And when you guys are going to be coming head to head, it's just going to be an incredible show. This is going to be one of those fights that people can talk about.
He's an experienced fighter. He had a lot of more fights than me. And it's going to be a great show between us.
For sure. And you're entering Brave CF. Like I said, this is your debut. You're entering Brave CF as a super lightweight. Any chance that you might want to go down to lightweight, maybe avenge that loss?
No, of course no. I tried that before once and I lost. Because I lost a lot of weight and I didn't perform well. For me, I used to fight at welterweight, 77 kilogram. Mm-hmm. Now super lightweight means just 2 kilos less, 75. So it's it's also good for me.
And I want to ask you about something maybe not the fight related, because I can imagine you must be tired of thinking and waiting for this fight. You just want to get in there, I'm sure, and put it all out. I want to ask you how your week has been in terms of, just arriving to the Combat Kingdom, getting to see everything, and how has it been so far? Yeah, you're coming in this fight week at Bahrain. How has it been so far? I just want to ask you about that.
Yeah, it was great. We arrived like two days ago, and we are in self-isolation. We are unable to leave our room just for media, for interviews sometimes. But it's fine for me. I used to stay in a room for I can create a lot of things to do to spend time. So, and I'm training here as well. We have I'm gonna show you in this room.
Oh, for sure.
We have place for training.
That's an excellent room.
Yeah, so we're doing a lot of things. We order food from a room.
Yeah.
We train here. We eat and.
What else do you need, right? That's everything. Eat, sleep, train.
Yeah, eat, sleep, train, reading as well.
Yeah.
And enjoying our media and social media, see what's update for Brave and that stuff.
Yeah.
Talking with family sometimes on WhatsApp.
For sure.
And that's it.
Yeah, and I'm sure the venue for the last event looked absolutely beautiful. I'm sure this one will also. So I'm really excited to see you go out and perform. Do you have a prediction for this fight? Do you have a vision on how this fight's going to go?
Look, I don't believe in predictions because MMA is unpredictable. Nobody knows about it. So. Well, once we are inside the cage,
I should ask you then.
We will know what will happen. Yeah, then we will know what will happen.
Yeah.
Every time I fight in a style, every time I win in some way, and that's what's going on.
And I'm glad you're the first ever fighter who said that this is the most unpredictable sport. Most people will give me a prediction, but that's the truth. This is the most unpredictable sport in the world.
Nobody knows because I have experienced a lot in this discipline, and I know that it's unpredictable. Everyone knows, but some people predict what they're gonna do in the fight. But for me, I have no plan for my fight. Just when I get inside the cage, and thank you. And once I get inside the cage and just check my opponent's style, so I can know what to do, because there's a lot of styles in MMA. Sometimes somebody who's having a guard always on his face. Somebody who put his arm in front of him just to distract his opponent. Some of them just do head movement. Some of them put their hand down. Some of them dance. So, and every situation has its own plan.
For sure.
That's why.
And that makes a lot of sense. Ahmed, it has been an absolute pleasure, sir. I won't take more of your time. I just want to ask you to close this interview. Do you have a message for all of your Lebanese fans who are watching, all of the people in Lebanon who will be tuning in to support you? Do you have anything that you want to say directly to them? Please go ahead.
Yeah, I really appreciate the Lebanese support and the other fans' support. I have fans from Egypt. I really appreciate them, and Jordan, and all other countries as well. I'm really happy to be getting support from that people, and I promise them to make a great show.
You have fans in Jordan, you have fans in Egypt, you have fans in Lebanon, and you have a fan in Pakistan. He's right here. I want to say best of luck to
you are my number one fans, like
Definitely am. And I want to say to all of the Pakistani fans watching right now, tune in to Brave CF 48, 18th March. Check your local listing. Go to www.bravecftv.com. Watch Ahmed fight in the co-main spot. This is going to be an exciting all-out war. Ahmed, once again, thank you so much, sir, for gracing us with your presence at the weigh-in. It has been absolutely my pleasure. Any last remarks, anything you want to say to close the interview, please take it away.
I just want to thank you for this great interview, and hope to win this fight with no injuries as usual, and would like to just give a big shout for Lebanese, my hometown people, because they and me as well, we are living in a very tragic life now, because we have a corruption crisis and economic crisis. So hope it will end soon.
And I wish more people would listen to sports athletes, because we're going through the same thing here. Stop corruption, with love from Pakistan and Lebanon, both, because I think we're both equally sick of it. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the time. Thank you so much for the interview. Good luck for your fight. We'll be praying for you here.
You're welcome.
And from me, from Ahmed, from all us here on the mic, I just want to say the 3 words to end the interviews as always, and that is keep it tight. Stay tuned.